Hi friends, Stella here, and I'm here to do your October readings. These readings are based on your sun, moon, or rising sign, and they are a snapshot at the time period ahead. They are timeless. Whenever you come upon it is when you're meant to see it. It is specifically made for you, the person watching this right now. All of my readings are done with the intention to provide you with the insight, guidance, and inspiration that you need in order to make the choices most aligned with your highest good. All of my readings are done with that intent. I wanted to jump on and just do a quick little announcement. I'm running a beta sort of session or beta run of my healing sessions. So they are energetically based. If you don't know what that is, you can check out my website. I have a brief description of sort of explaining the woo behind that and why it works. It's based on nervous system regulation, on finding safety in the body, discovering and working with negative beliefs, thought, and behavior patterns. Just very briefly, oftentimes these behavioral patterns happen either during a major trauma, something that sort of challenges our safety and our worldview, or they happen when we're very, very young before we have full mental, logical capacity. So a lot of times by simply just discovering what these negative beliefs are and looking at them, just by seeing it with our adult minds now, we're able to realize, oh my gosh, that can't possibly be true, right? So let's say as a child, you came up with the belief that we discover that the belief is, everybody has to like me because if they don't, then it means that I'm not worthy, or that I don't have value, right? That's a pretty common one, unfortunately. Well, as an adult, we can look at that and say that can't possibly be true, right? We can use emotional intelligence to realize everybody has emotions. Everybody has their own system of beliefs and emotions that are happening. And so their reaction, number one, is not based solely on our behavior, right? And number two, what somebody else thinks or believes or feels about us certainly can contribute, but does not in any way wholly define our value, right? Value is intrinsic. So that's just one example of a belief system that we can adopt when we're very young and continue to, carry it throughout life. In my sessions, I use intuition to take a look at your energy field, and then from there we'll go into some questions so that we can figure out what is the most important issue. What does spirit want you to focus on right now so that you can get the most value out of this session. In exchange for the free session, I would just ask that you provide your detailed review of the experience as I continue to better, develop this offering. So if that sounds of interest to you, please feel free to send me an email. I will link it down below. If you'd like to purchase a regular reading or healing session, those are on my website. You can check that out below. Please like, share, subscribe if you find value in these readings. It really helps me out. I do have a link where you can donate if you enjoy the reading. I so appreciate you being here. It's truly my calling to be able to offer this information. These energetic healings are something I've been working on for a long time to be able to utilize my skill, take my experience, what I know, and help put some light into the world, right? So for your participation in this, I am so grateful because you truly are allowing me to live out my dreams. With that said, we all have to make a living. So if you find value in this reading, like, share, subscribe, or you can send me a little donation, 50 cents, $1, whatever it is. It's super incredibly helpful. Your participation and your feedback is very appreciated. So I love you guys. Let's get on to your reading. Hi Aries, Stella here, and I'm here to do your October reading. This reading is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What does Aries need to know moving forward for the month of October? What does Aries need to know? Ooh, okay, I can already see. We've got the Hierophant up above, 6 of Cups in reverse, 4 of Swords in reverse, and then the 7 of Pentacles. Okay. What does Aries need to know? That's it. Okay, if I need to pull guidance, I will pull guidance. I already know I'm going to pull some guidance up above. So, all right. So right off the bat, we do have quite a few reversals. We had this guy pop out also. So the Hierophant came out right up top. I also had the 6 of Swords fall out. 6 of Swords is about change. It's about moving forward, taking a big risk, leaving behind something that was not so great, and moving forward in faith towards something that you hope is going to be better. The Hierophant is all about societal institutions. So marriage, the court system, higher education, anything that is societally based that impacts your life, that we participate in. So you may have some sort of ruling happening. You may have, you may be involved in some court case. I have one clarity on this Hierophant. This is it. Justice in reverse. So yeah, you're waiting on the outcome of something, and you're worried that the outcome is not going to be fair and just. Mother of Pentacles, Mother of Swords. It might have to do with a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius female in your life. Maybe a mother-in-law. I don't know why I'm getting that, but anyways, you've got something to do with the court system or some sort of institution, like I said, and it's almost like you're waiting on a hearing, and the fear there is that it's not going to turn out just. Justice is the balancing of the scales, the balancing of black and white, the sword of truth here, things turning out not necessarily how you want them, but how they, in a way that's fair and just. It is in the reverse. So it's telling me that you're worried about the outcome. And then I also got this Mother of Swords. So I don't think this is you. I do think this is somebody else, a female air sign in your life. She's very astute. She's very cunning. She's not afraid to say what she thinks. She is in the upright. So she's not necessarily fair, but she is, she sticks to what she says. She doesn't twist words. She's very forthright when it comes to words, both in the sense that she doesn't filter what she says. She will say what she thinks regardless of how anyone else might feel about it or perceive it. And then also she will stick to what she says. She's not going to go back on what she said just because, you know, she thinks it's going to get her a different outcome or something. So this decision that you have in court, again, it's going to be different for everybody, but it might have to do with this Mother of Swords. Something about like her word against yours, or maybe she's on your side and your word against something else. But there is this upright, very sort of like Queen of Swords energy. Very strong feminine energy. And then we do have you leaving something behind with this 6 of Swords. 6 of Swords, again, is swords are communication, so thoughts, words. Maybe you're having to like prove your case that you're leaving behind something that was not, you know, beneficial for you towards something better. Okay, these are all the overall. So I am getting like custody battle. Like some of you, it may have to do with your children. And I'll tell you why, because we have this victory card here, the Six of Wands. Six of Wands represents a job well done, receiving accolades. This is a man who's gone out to war. He's coming back and he's being thrown a parade, right? And everybody's cheering, giving him accolades, giving him credit for everything that he's been through. He has worked really hard. He's earned it. It's in the reverse. So it's telling me that you're feeling like you've worked really hard and you've not gotten the credit, or it's not been recognized somehow. In that same vein, we have the Six of Cups. So Six of Wands, Six of Cups. These are both cards of reflection, of looking at the past. Six of Cups is about, all of the emotional sort of events or connections that make you who you are. What I'm noticing is the children, in this card. So, and it is in the reverse. So it's almost like your memories with your children, of all the hard work that you've put in and all the battles that you've fought, are in the reverse. So it's almost like they're tainted somehow, like you are not able to appreciate them at their true value, because again, you're not getting the accolades that you feel like you should be. I will say, out of all the cards, these ones are in reverse. We also have the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is about being able to rest. Like, you're still battling, you're still fighting, because it's a soldier, right? He's still in his armor, but he's laying down, taking a rest. And it shows the juxtaposition between, recognizing when you need to give yourself a break, when you need to attend to yourself and sort of self-care, and, the balance between that and the environment, because obviously where he's laying is not very safe, right? There is still swords around him threatening him. He's still dressed in his armor. So it's like a moment of relief within the battle or within the greater fight. It is in the reverse. So it's telling me, I'm getting like holding your breath. Like you feel like the battle's not over. You're not able to just like have that exhale moment, because again, you're still in the middle of the battle. You're fighting to get away from something that was negative to something that's positive. And you're very worried about this outcome in the reverse. You're actually, you think that it may not turn out just for you. But I will tell you, the Hierophant is upright. This Mother of Swords is upright. So it's like, even if she is like testifying against you or something, like she has her own motives. This is what I'm trying to say. Queen of Swords, right? Like off with their heads. Like she has that energy, like IDG AF, right? But she is principled. She is not just like willy-nilly, and she definitely doesn't like lie and manipulate. What she says may not be what you want to hear, right? But it is, she does have more like values. They may not align with your values. You may not agree with them, but she can be trusted to say what she means and mean what she says, and not twist words and not lie and not manipulate. So even if she's not on your side, or like, let's say she is testifying against you or something, you can still, even though it may not be in your favor directly, she might not be like fully, clearly on your side, what she has to say will be of benefit because it is the truth. So regardless of what it may look like, what I'm trying to say is like, she's not going to be like, oh, this may be a mother-in-law for some of you, and she's not going to like fawn over you or be like, oh, like, just, let her win everything. She's not going to do that. But what she says is going to be true. It's not going to be a lie. And so in that way, it will support you because she is in the upright. The Hierophant is in the upright. Let me pull one card for Aries right now. What is their energy right now? Yeah, and then we have the Emperor crossing you. I think you're at a crossroads where you're being, you're the Eight of Pentacles. I think you're being tested and you're being asked to, tell the truth, regardless of how difficult it may be. Five of Cups, Five of Swords. So defensive and like depression in combination with this Eight of Pentacles, which is all about working really hard and stacking up the coins and doing the work, you know, this is like hustle. Like this card is hustle and reward due to that hustle. And so we have that energy working really hard, but then in the subconscious or behind it, like this is what people see on the surface, but behind it we have really, you know, grief. We're grieving over something, and we're grieving, and we're also defensive. We're feeling like we're really having to defend our beliefs and our values right now, almost to the point where it's making you question your own values and beliefs because they are being scrutinized, they are being challenged so strongly at this time. So with that said, you feel like you can't take a break. However, you are looking back at your past and realizing all of the work that you put in. And this is giving you a sense of strength because you're realizing, you know, yeah, regardless of whether I did battle, I did fight, I did work really hard, I'm continuing to work really hard. And there are material, you know, rewards stacking up because of that. Now, you're not in the best environment because we know you're trying to leave, you know, one environment for something better, but you're realizing that it doesn't matter if you get the accolades from other people, because you know in your heart that you did all this hard work and you're about ready to harvest. You see, he's got the what is it, a hoe in his hand. He's ready to like till up the ground and harvest all of those coins because of all the work that he's put in. He's tended to those crops all season, and now it's time to reap the rewards. So regardless of whatever this judgment is, you know in your heart that you've done the work, and you've been upright and you've done what you needed to do. Yes, you may have some memories when it comes to your children or when it comes to another person, an emotional tie between you and somebody else. It's almost like it's tainted, right? Like because of what's happening, you're not able to look at the past. Like what were once fond memories are now sort of like tainted because of everything you're going through. But in all of this chaos, you're finding strength in yourself, Aries, and you're finding the courage to give yourself credit and believe in yourself and disregard what other, like basically like stop putting so much value into what other people think of you, because you know that your worth and your value is not determined by them. And that's even echoed by this Mother of Swords here. I do think whatever she has to say, like I said, it may not be pleasant, but it will be the truth. And that is also going to help you because she's not like traditionally on your side, right? It's like she's not like sitting there, if you are in court, she's not sitting there giving you a hug, sitting on your side, you know, consoling you or anything. She's not doing that. She might even be like on the other team's side, but she stands up and says the truth. And in that way, she is supportive of the good, right? She does uphold the good, and because you're on the side of good, she therefore is, you know, basically like testifying for you or lending credit to you and to your fight. Up above on your conscious mind, we have the Two of Cups in reverse. So for many of you, this is a relationship that has gone south. And I think it does have to do with like a custody battle, or maybe they're like threatening you. Somebody else, like I said, or some societal institution is like over your head, and you feel like, you know, you feel like you're not in the driver's seat. You feel like someone or something else is going to be judging or making a decision on your behalf, and you're afraid that it's not going to be fair. I don't see the like lying, stealing card though, so that's interesting. But either way, you know, you're tired, Aries. You're tired, but you're gaining strength in the fact that you have done the work that you needed to do all the way along. You can rest easy knowing that. But your relationship with somebody else has been, you know, irreparably changed. If it's not a marriage or a divorce or a custody battle, it could just be your memories with somebody else, like some emotional tie with somebody else. It could be a friend. It could even be an employer. The employer could be this hierophant. Maybe there's a decision that's happening. You've put in the work when it comes to your work. You were not recognized. You were not appreciated for everything that you did, even though you work your ass off. And that's causing you to feel sad and defensive. And then it's like you feel like you can't even take a breath. You can't even catch your breath because you're working so hard. And yes, you do know that you've worked hard and that feels good, but you don't have the support of anyone else. And you feel like if a decision is made by this employer, right, it's not going to be fair because of their view of you, because, like I said, because they're not appreciating you. It could be that as well. And so your relationships with your coworkers or with whatever are changing, and it's like tainting your memories of the past. That's just an example. It could be a friendship. It could be a relationship with a family member. It could be any relationship in your life, but that's sort of like the theme that's going on. In your recent past, we have the King of Rods. King of Rods is about making like the executive decision. Rods are all about motivation, fire, moving forward, inspiration, and obviously the king is the one that makes the decisions, right? But you are looking towards the past. So whether this is your work, whether this is a relationship, whatever it is for you, I see you in your recent past really evaluating the whole situation and deciding whether it's where you want to, continue to go in the future, because it doesn't seem to be working out for you. Yeah, same thing. Look at this. I just asked for a clarity on this Two of Cups, and I got the Four of Swords in reverse, the same as this card here. So that feeling of not being able to catch a break, that feeling of I'm doing my best and yet I still feel like I'm being staked or hunted or, attacked, even though I'm doing my best, even though I'm putting my best foot forward. I'm just so not appreciated here, and that makes your environment unsafe, right? So, in your present, we have this Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is about speaking your truth. It's about saying what you need to say and making the call regardless of the consequences, right? Because it's the right thing to do. Crossing you, we have the Emperor, and the Emperor is all about, again, just taking control of the reins. He's not even a king, he's the Emperor. Like, he doesn't run a household or a country or a kingdom. He runs the whole damn empire, right? So this is like looking at your life from a very, very high up meta perspective and looking at it with neutrality and deciding, weighing it, being this judge, right? And weighing right and wrong and left and right and which way your past and where you want to go and your current trajectory, looking at it all from way, way, way up there so that you can make a, impartial decision. Because sometimes when we're down in the thick of it, it's hard to see the big moves, right? Because we're in the middle of it and we're caught in the emotions, and our emotions cloud our logic and our reason. The Emperor is very reason-based. He's very logical. He does not let his emotions sway him one way or the other. So it's calling for a lot of logic right now, Aries, moving forward. We even have the Eagle there, which is reminding me of you, and the Empress. The Empress is about birthing something new. It's about taking look at this, the Emperor and the Empress. The Emperor is about using reason and logic to make decisions and to rule, take action and make choices and do what needs to be done, what's fair, what's just, what's logical. And then the Empress is that divine creation energy, allowing that to flow through you and allowing that to grow inside of you so that you can birth something new. She represents pregnancy. She represents new life. And for you to have the Emperor and the Empress here together, it's a major powerhouse over the Ace of Swords. So a new beginning having to do with speaking your truth. It is in the reverse, so you're hesitant to do it, Aries. But when you are able to step back and look at the situation from a sort of neutral perspective and realize that you, like I said, you take strength in the fact that you have done the right thing all the way along, you're going to come out of it with a newfound energy and a newfound creation. Like this abundant energy is going to sort of like spark within you and create something brand new moving forward. So you're in the thick of it now, but all of this is going to birth like the next chapter. It's going to be like the impetus or the spark or the reason why, the catalyst for you moving forward. On your subconscious mind, we have the 10 of rods. It's no wonder. Rods represent, remember, inspiration, beliefs, values. You're tired. You're tired of carrying the load. You feel like you've been upholding, what's right, and you've been working really hard, and maybe no one else around you has been helping you carry that load. Not only that, but nobody's recognizing you for it. Nobody's even giving you credit for doing everything you're doing. And this is on your subconscious, so you may not be aware of it, but you're done. It's the 10. The 10 is the end. So like once you get to this point, the next step is, I'm done. I'm throwing in the towel. I'm not doing this anymore. And that's about where you are right now, Aries. In your near future, we have the Hermit. I am going to pull a guidance on why we have the Hermit in reverse, because I see you going to a new place that's very abundant and that's very positive. But why is the Hermit in reverse? We want him to be upright so that you can take all this knowledge, so that you can reflect and you can take all this experience, all this knowledge from everything you've been through and turn it into inspiration and wisdom moving forward. So I got the Ace of Cups. Can I have one more for why? Why is this Hermit in reverse? Why is this Hermit in reverse? I know what you need to do to fix it, but why is this Hermit in reverse? Why is Aries Hermit in reverse? Ace of Swords in reverse again. Again, it's a repeating card. I'm going to pull one more. You're not willing to speak your truth at the moment. You're afraid of the consequences. Like I said, you're afraid that, you're afraid that it might not turn out fair. And so it's almost like you don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to show anybody your strength because you're leaving one situation, going to a new, and in that situation, you need help, right? You're being ferried across. So if you were to stand up and show your strength, it's like this guy's not going to be willing to help you, right? You're going to be on your own again. So you're afraid to speak up and stand up for yourself because you are in a vulnerable position at this moment. But the way forward is to allow your emotions, allow yourself to feel your emotions, allow yourself to reflect on the past. This is the Six of Cups. It's in reverse. Look, same cards, you guys. Six of Cups, Six of Cups. Ace of Swords reversed. Both of them. Four of Swords. Again. So we have 3 doubles of the cards here. That's incredible. And then the Emperor and the Empress. So just those 3 energies right there, feeling like you can't stop and reflect on the past, feeling like you can't speak your truth because of what's happening right now, and not wanting to your memories of the past being like tainted. But what it's telling me is you need to be able to reflect on the past. All of these emotions right here, these roots, these colors, they are all memories that you have. They're all moments in time in your past that are tied to these cups. So the way forward here is to allow yourself to reflect on how you've gotten to where you are. Yes, it's not pleasant. Yes, there are some things in your past. You're disappointed by people. People may be disappointed in you, rightfully so or not rightfully so. I don't think any of it's warranted because you're showing up, in the upright here, but you're not willing at this moment, Aries, to speak your truth. And I think it's really important that you do, because, and that's kind of like this Mother of Swords energy. Like if this isn't a air sign in your life, as I described earlier, then this is a general card saying that you need to adopt this energy. This Queen of Swords off with their head, somebody who does not manipulate, does not twist words, but is not afraid to speak the truth, regardless of how it makes other people feel, because you have worked hard and you are continuing to work hard. You're just emotionally, you're going through it right now. And so you don't necessarily feel like brave enough to speak your truth because, and again, you've got this person, this like judgment over you, feeling like somebody's judging you or scrutinizing you. But I think, Aries, you are in the right. You've done a lot of hard work. It's not going to do you any ill to speak the truth. In fact, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised that people will receive it and people will see how hard you're working and how much of your heart is in this situation, and they'll actually respect you more for having the courage to say what it is that you need to say, despite being in a vulnerable position. And then that's echoed here with this Nine of Rods. Nine of Rods is about slowly building up your beliefs, your value systems, to build you up to a point where you can elevate yourself. Because, this is self-built. This is not like laid before you. Like each one of these steps was hard won. And these are all beliefs and values that you've implemented, that you've put into place in order to elevate yourself. And you've done the work. You deserve it. So it doesn't matter if other people give you accolades or not, because that worth, that value, that credit comes from inside. And that's what universe is asking you to recognize, number one, and then be willing to speak, be willing to explain. Now, how do you get to the point where you can do that? By reflecting on the past, because you guys are fire signs. You are the first house. You are self. You're nothing if not true to yourself. So as you reflect over the past and what this situation has put you through, and all the work that you've put in, all the hard work that you've done, how much you love the people, your emotional connections, and how much they've been affected by this situation, how hard you've worked, and how you haven't been able to even take a breath and exhale and, because you've been in battle mode. You've been wearing this armor this whole time. Once you start to reflect on that, Aries, reflect on the past, it's going to take you out of this sort of like meta, fearful energy where you're like tired, but you don't want to make a wrong move. It's going to piss you off. And I think that's kind of the energy that we need to accumulate. If you guys go and watch my natal house reading, it's posted on my channel. I'd highly recommend you check that out, because it will show you, for you guys, then I would recommend checking out wherever Aries falls in your chart, where Aries is, where Mars is, and then the first house, and watch those 3 houses within that reading, and it's going to be really beneficial to you. I just want to say, in that video, I had sort of like tuned into everybody's energy before I did it. For you guys, the phrase I got, sometimes it's an image, sometimes it's a song or a phrase. It was grab them by the BALLS. Okay, so take that as you will, but that's the energy that you guys so easily embody, like better than anybody else. And that's the energy that you need right now. Because I guarantee you, once you start to think about everything, how hard you've worked, everything you've done, what's at stake, how much you've poured into your relationships, and, think about the past, it's going to piss you off because you are in the right. You deserve the credit. You have done everything right. And you know what? You don't need the credit from other people, but you definitely don't deserve or need to be persecuted either. So that value comes from inside. You don't need anybody clapping or lifting you up, but what you do need is for people not to pursue you or F with you moving forward. Okay? And that energy, that Mars energy, is going to be really beneficial for you. Okay? I'm going to pull your animal totem for your overall message here. What does Aries need to know? Getting dragon. I don't know why I'm getting dragon. Vulnerable. Do you guys remember that scene in Game of Thrones where she goes into the fire with Drogo, and she's ready to die, right? And they all think she's gonna die, and she comes out and she's naked. So she's vulnerable, right? And she's got the 3 dragons on her. That was such an impactful scene, like the first time you see it. Gazelle. That's the image that's coming to mind. So like fierce vulnerability with a purpose. Ooh, and then look at the card we got. Fierce. Right? So we got Panther. I'm going to read it to you. Annihilation of the unnecessary. Purging. The Panther won't stand to see our growth or energy stagnate. Instead, it pounces into our lives and causes all kinds of havoc, with the ultimate intention of bringing us towards more fulfilling lives. It's unexpected, uncomfortable, and sometimes feels devastating. But after all the dust clears, it's easy to see the Panther's wisdom at work. We've all been through these experiences, and they have made us better people. Trust that the Panther's journey always leads to a brighter place. When in balance, brave and productive. When out of balance, destructive. To bring into balance, cut out anything unnecessary. Well, you're doing that, Aries, by leaving behind the situation. You're in the midst of this right now. Do you get that line about it can feel unexpected, uncomfortable, and sometimes devastating, but after the dust clears, it's easy to see the Panther's wisdom at work. Panther's always also black. It's a melanated leopard, right? So the metaphor behind that is not being able to see the purpose in it while it's happening. Remember what I said about going way, way up and looking at this from like a meta perspective and realizing that you're going through it right now, but it's all for a greater reason, so that you can, number 1, learn to find that value in yourself, and number 2, get pissed off enough that you cut out the BS. Because guess what? You don't need this person's accolades. You don't need, them tainting your memories. You don't need them giving you shit about your work. You work hard. We know that. So cut out the unnecessary this month. Continue to do what you're doing, and don't be afraid to speak your truth, and reflect on the past with a sort of like from a far up perspective, right? From an elevated perspective with logic and reason. And it's going to become very clear what needs to go and what can stay. All right. I love you guys. If you enjoyed the reading, please do like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in November. Bye.